everyone. I just wanted to give you a quick announcement and show a demo of how our new online learning platform works. So recently we purchased a platform called CoAssemble. This will allow our resource parents to really have a seamless training experience. It also gives an array of services for our trainers in terms of being able to track their progress, keep up with the number of hours that they've trained, and communicate with our resource parents in a very efficient way. So I put together a brief demo. I'm going to share with you how this works in the event that a resource parent calls you and asks for your help. I'm going to share my screen. So the first thing that happens is that they actually receive an email. The email comes from CoAssemble, but in the subtext it says that it's Turning Points for Children. When they open it, they have to sign up, and once they sign up, they will they'll have to put a password in, and then they'll have access to all of the lessons. So here is an example of a lesson I put together for you guys to watch real quick.
Hello, my name is Lee Braden. I'm one of the trainers here at Turning Points for Children, and today we're going to be talking about managing virtual teams. So your learning objectives, you will learn how to manage teams virtually, and I'll give you some tips on ways to do this effectively. You'll learn about how you maintain a sense of community, even though we are all working remotely, and how to engage your staff effectively. So there are many advantages and disadvantages to working remotely. I'm sure many of you have already experienced this, both on the receiving end as an employee and on the other end as a manager. So some of the advantages are that, it allows people to have flexible schedules. During this time of pandemic, it's actually been critically important because so many of us don't have childcare or summer camp, so our kids are at home. But some of the disadvantages is that, managers don't have a sense of what their employees are necessarily doing all the time. There's a lack of visibility. So long before COVID-19 happened, the corporate world was really moving in the direction of remote working anyway. And so there have actually been a number of studies that have been done to kind of look at what are the advantages and disadvantages of working remotely. And in the Netherlands, they decided to dispatch their entire operation through Microsoft and have their employees work remotely. What they found was that 25% reported that they really enjoyed working remotely, and they saw and people experienced more happiness and satisfaction with their work, and there was also a decline in cost by 30% because they didn't have to pay for brick and mortar anymore, which is very expensive. Virtual employees are 29% happier than on-site employees. While organizations often worry about remote employees becoming disengaged and unhappy, feeling cut off, what they found in their research is that 71% of the people who worked remotely reported being happier than their colleagues, of which 55% reported being happier. And then here's another study, working from home satisfaction showed that 82% of telecommuters, which are people who work from home, reported low levels of stress, and less stress comes with happier and more engaged employees. 80% of teleworkers reported a higher motivation, and 69% of teleworkers reported low attendance. So, how has this been for you? And at this time, I want you to take a minute and write down your thoughts on how teleworking has been for you as an employee.
Okay, so that's an example of a lesson that's pre-recorded, and then you move on to the next module, which is actually the practice test. So I'm going to go through that really quickly. Okay, so I got 100% on the questions that I answered. Finished with like, great job. It's a really fun little program. I'm hoping that it will really make this learning experience enjoyable for our resource parents and our trainers, and make it easier for all of us to do our job. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. We plan to roll this out in September fully. By mid-September, we'll be rolling it out fully. But you'll probably hear from your resource parents between now and then. We may be enrolling certain ones of them now and just kind of piloting it with them. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest.